What is up, guys? It's Mitch or Deity, and welcome to part 2 of the new player guide for the Epic 7 Origin update. So this guide, we are going to be going in, clearing up a little bit more into our Orbis guide, and then we're going to be completing, once we unlock it, the hunt challenges. So we're going to be going through all the Wyvern hunt challenge today. We do have to progress a little bit further into the Path of Heirs because there is a currency, I believe on stage 15, 16. We need to get to Path of Heirs 16 to get these Wisdom Gazes. It's just going to make everything more consistent. Yes, you could be the hunt challenges before you get here, but I think this would be just an overall better experience is to make it to this point. So to start off, let's just go ahead and it is the second day login. You are going to get a free attack set. I would just ignore this. The game gives way better gear now than any of the gear here, but on the third day we do get a free HP set. That will be nice, but otherwise we still have our selectors in our mailbox, and that's all we're sitting on. So I'm going to go in and do my Covenant summons. As you see, we have 21 free ones. Depending on when you start, you might have less, but you will have gotten the free summons from the Orbis guide. As you go through, there's a bunch of different 10x summons for a couple days as you go through that. So everyone will have some summons. Go ahead and rip them. If you get anything good, I will be making tier lists going over which characters are good or not for you to see. As you see here, we didn't get anything. Bunch of 3 stars and 1 4-star. And then here we're going to get a 5-star. All right, some kind of 5-star. Let's go. Bad thing is we filled the hero journal and artifact journal, so I'm not sure which one it is. It is a 5-star artifact. 5-star artifacts are much more common than 5-star characters. Border coin, don't think I'll end up using it at all. But we did get Adamant Shield, and Amiki is a really good 3-star. But we're still not going to really touch any of the things we summon, because if you guys want to, you can. But I'm trying to do the guide to where everyone has the same things, so they can follow me, and then everything else you have on top of what I get is just a bonus that could potentially make things easier for you. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, come back with the full structure as to our game plan today, and we'll start taking the first step into getting to where we beat Wyvern. Okay, so the first step, if you're following directly off last guide, maybe you went and did some of the extra things or worked ahead, but where I am starting for this is going to be at the Orbis guide, the same missions we left off at. So I need to clear episode 2, chapter 3 flight, and then there's these other missions, Awaken Hero to 6-star. The first thing I'm going to do is clear this. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with the team we already had. You can see the gear in the previous episode on all of my characters to get to this point, but I'm just going to go through with this, be up to flight, and then we'll meet back here to go through the next steps. We have to do a couple things at Orbis guide. If you're here and already beat all this and you're trying to set up your Wyvern team, I'll try to set a timestamp if I can remember to where you can just go ahead and skip to that, and that will help whether you're returning player or a new player. Either one, you'll be able to follow along, build the exact same team. They give everything we need within this little segment. So I'll be back in just a second once I have cleared all the way through the end of this chapter. Okay, so once you clear the last part of this episode, you are going to 1, unlock Hunt, 2, unlock Steel Workshop, which allows you to craft, and 3, you unlock the ability to get Furious through Connections. So this is where the game gets pretty fun. The progression from this point on the other account I played felt so good for this whole episode. As you're progressing account, it should be a really good feeling, is what I'm trying to get at. So now that we're back out of here, I want to show you all the new stuff we got. So going out, claim the Orbis guide to grab this, and then we are going to finish all this. One of it is craft a piece of equipment. I don't believe we will have, do we have any crafting materials? For the first piece of equipment, it doesn't matter what you craft, just craft one of anything. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and go in, back to the Orbis guide, make sure you're doing or claiming your daily stuff. You'll see the exclamation or whatever dot there to claim it. But it wants to craft a piece of equipment, enhance a hero skill 1 time, clear Hunt on normal difficulty 1 time, and awaken hero to 6-star. So we also got the ability to get Furious, and I showed you a crafting menu, but you come over here to recruit. So with recruit, you go to connections, and Furious will be here, as well as Lorena. You can go ahead and grab her. She's very solid for a 3-star. She has something called a specialty change. Next up, you can get a duplicate Angelica. The game gives her to you for free anyway, but if somehow you did not get Angelica, this is where you can go get her. Just finish whatever these challenges are, and then you can go in and we're going to get Furious. So with Furious, joining a guild is very important, but you do get these Brave Crests to donate to him from the next batch of the Orbis mission. So if you come in here, you see these are the rewards, but then the next tier, you are able to get, oh, I believe we already claimed them. My bad. Did we claim them already? Yeah, we already claimed them. Okay, so you already have them. They were from the last batch of missions. So you will have the currency for this, but these are things you get from your guild. So if you do not have the Orbis batch missions, what I was trying to get at, if you're a returning player, you're going to have to donate in your guild. Donating gold gives you 50 a day, and then donating penguins gives you 20 or 30 per donation that you do. It is limited per day, but hopefully you can get this quick. You will need Furious for this next part of the guide. So go ahead and gift these and receive this. And lastly, it wants us to buy 1 rare sniper catalyst from AP Exchange. So click go. And then we just have to come here and grab the rare catalyst sniper. Just buy 1 for now, and you're good to go. Okay, so now we finish all of the missions for Furious. We can go back in and grab him out of there. And he is a key part of our Wyvern team. So once you click that, you can click connection complete. And now you have the character in your inventory. Okay, so now that he is in our inventory, we are going to just ignore him for now. We're going to build him up, but we need to do the next missions of the Orbis guide. Actually, we'll go build him up a little bit first. So go down to your Furious, find him. He is going to be a 4-star, but he is this. So the Ranger 4-star, water. You'll learn to navigate the menu as you go, but just water, Ranger, that's how I always find my characters. First up, we are going to put Song of Stars artifact on him. Okay, fantastic artifact. I'm not going to level it up yet because I believe there's a challenge to level up an artifact, or maybe multiple, so I'll just hold it for here. But before we go actually do Wyvern, we will end up boosting that at least a little bit. At +6, +9 will be fine. Now what we need to do is level him up. Go ahead and throw your penguins in, get him to level 40. Okay, and then it wants us to increase the skill of one of our heroes. Furious is one we do want to skill up. We want to skill up Furious's skill 3. If you click this button, you can see the abilities it gives. We want to get him to his effect chance maxed out, which is, as you see, quite a bit of Molagora investment, as well as we want to get a skill 2 up to this. Okay, that is one of the projects we'll work on to finalize our Wyvern team. We're going to beat this today. And the more effort you put into finalizing it, the better. But you can try to get away with not putting the resources in. So what I'm going to do right now is just go and boost up one of these skills on Raz again, because it just takes Stigma. And I'm going to go to Skill Enhance. And we're going to go here and click Skill Enhancement. Okay, once we're done with that, we will have that Orbis mission completed. And Path of Air mission completed. Sorry, we can go ahead and claim this. This is going to have reforged materials. We won't bother touching that for now. We have to awaken a hero to 6-star. We have to clear hunt on normal difficulty 1 time or higher, and we have to craft 1 piece of equipment. We are also having the ability to go into a Journey of Succession. These are going to be the hunt challenges of the game. These give insane rewards, and it basically sets you up to beat every one of the different hunts. The most important is Wyvern. Okay, you want to get your Wyvern team set up. Some of the characters we get from that we'll be utilizing to clear all of story. So go ahead and click Wyvern. One of the things is you can go back on this at any time. You can click back and go and choose a different one, and it saves your progress. But we don't need to do that. We're going to clear all of Wyvern very quickly. So we need to obtain Fears from connections. We already did that. We can go ahead and claim this. Gives us the stuff we need to promote him. Next up, we need to promote Fears to 5-star, reach level 50 with him, awaken him to 3-star, and clear Wyvern Hunt on normal difficulty 1 time or higher. That's going to give us Muwi. So we need to go promote our Furious. So we're going to just follow these missions. Now I'm going to go ahead and promote him. I did just throw random gear on him for this first use case of him. Instead of using Victorica, we're just going to throw him in our team for clearing this the first time. So now that that mission is done, we also needed to awaken him. So I'm going to see what we're looking at for awakenings. I think we have enough to get him up to 3-star easily. If we do not, we just would go, if say you need to awaken your Furious and you do not have these, just go and farm the Spirit Altar for the blue runes. Okay, it's super easy. Just set it to auto background battle while you work on something else, and then come back to this part. But now he is fully boosted up, and we can go into the next thing, grab all of our rewards for doing so, and Journey of Succession. So we're going to get some Stigma there, 10,000 Stigma. That's nice. And we get a full gear set here. Okay, this is the gear set we're putting on Furious, actually. So we're going to go ahead, take this, throw it on him, and that will be his first set. And we will not upgrade it too much. We can put a little upgrade into it for now, and then we'll put more upgrade into it later. So we're going to go in and we're going to take that new gear that we just got and slap it on him for this first run. We are going to end up switching the gear on him over to Muwi once we have beaten it. But just for the start of this, we'll go ahead and throw this full gear set, and it will help us a ton for beating the first stage. So this is all done. And now the last mission that we need to do is beat Wyvern on normal difficulty. Okay, so click go on this, go over to Wyvern normal, and just set up your team, set your Furious in here with your other characters that are already geared up, and just click start. You shouldn't have any problems with this. If we do, I'll come back and tell you guys what you need to do. Maybe you have to run it once or twice and you'll end up beating it. The nice thing is with Epic 7, if you ever fail a stage, it doesn't hurt you at all. Okay, you don't lose any stamina, you don't lose anything. So do not feel bad about failing a stage. It's just part of the game. Once you do eventually beat it, especially a stage you fail a bunch of times, it feels really good when you eventually get that clear. So I'll be back in just a second to go over what we're going to work on next. Okay, so with the gear that we had on our characters from yesterday, I've changed nothing, plus the Furious, we were able to beat that no issue. Okay, if you do fail it, you can try it again, and you'll probably end up beating it. Just make sure your characters will look like mine looked at the end of last video. They look the exact same. So if you haven't changed anything, you're good to beat that. And now we are going to be to the point where we've unlocked Muwi, and we've also cleared this. So this is going to give us this chest, which gives us crafting materials. So now with the crafting materials, we can go craft one piece of equipment. I'm just going to craft one singular ring. If the thing with crafting, I do have a crafting guide, which we'll go into all that later. I always extract blue gear. Just it's the easiest thing we have to extract to be able to trade in for charms. We'll go over all this, but for right now, just do your one craft of whichever. If it looks good, hold on to it. You'll learn about gear. It will take a while, but I have a full crafting guide that if you want to work ahead, you can go and follow that. Sorry. Okay, so now that you are done with that, we're going to go back in. We're going to claim our Muwi as well as our extra charms here. These charms, we got to get the charms from everywhere we can get them. And then from here, we'll grab Muwi. And then this is going to give us Daydream Joker. This is a key artifact. It's a 3-star for beating all PvE pretty much. Later game, it doesn't allow you to use it. The ability doesn't work. But for early games, stabilizing your account, that artifact is a key piece of getting everything beatable. Okay, so now that that is done, you can see the next character we're going to get is Sigret for free. And then, again, claim any of this that pops up for your daily missions. But we need to promote Muwi to 5-star, reach level 50 with him, equip and activate a destruction set, and then clear Wyvern. So we're going to go do a little bit of work on Muwi now. So go ahead, find Muwi in your inventory. One big thing is if you can lock your characters, and remember to do this, very important. I haven't talked about it yet, but just in case you're going to end up accidentally getting rid of a character, make sure to lock it. Also, from this point, you can go ahead and upgrade your gear or your hero storage up to 100. Every time you get to a point where your hero storage is getting a little bit full, you can upgrade it for now. We'll talk about you will fuse characters together for imprints. We'll go into that later. You shouldn't be at this point unless you're summoning, which you probably shouldn't be summoning yet if you've been following the guide and listening to my advice, but you can upgrade this. It is worth it. You're going to have to do it eventually because you will get so many different characters in this game. But now we're going to go ahead over to our Muwi, and we're going to first lock him, second level him up. Okay, we might have to go make penguins, but we did just get some stigma from the challenges. So boost him, promote him up to 4-star. And we got to boost him again. I believe we'll be out of penguins from this point. We got enough, but we do have to boost him up to level 50. So now we promote him again. And if you do not have the Spirit Blooms somehow, magically at this point, you can go trade your Stigma in for Spirit Blooms. Hopefully you guys are not having any problems going along with this so far. If you do, let me know, because that's important. To other people know what to do. I'll answer it. Just check the comments at this point you're stuck at. Hopefully somebody else will have gone through that and you can read what I say to keep going. Now we're going to go into the sanctuary and we need to buy some penguins. So we have go to the Forest of Soul. We have 44,000. I'm going to go ahead and buy 4,000 worth of penguins. So 42 penguins. That'll be plenty. We do have to use a lot of penguins early game to upgrade all our characters. So if you overbuy, you are going to end up using them. Don't stress about that. Now we'll go back to Muwi. We level him up. And there he is. He's level 50. Now we're going to be unlocking Sigret. We do have to level her up too. So all these extra penguins will go to her. Now from here, it wanted us to awaken him as well. So we'll go ahead, slam these in there. Eventually, and from here it's going to give us a gear set for Muwi. It's going to give us everything we need. This new Wyvern system is absolutely amazing. So some of you guys are probably just waiting for me to throw the gear on because you've already done all this, but those of you, I'm trying to make the guide step by step so you can follow each thing I do. As you see, the next awakening we don't quite have enough for. We may need to go farm a little bit of the blue altar, which is fine. If it's not a bad thing to go and just throw that in the background while you're doing this. But if you see here, we're going to be getting 2 gear sets for our Muwi. that we can throw on now. And then we're going to have clear Wyvern and equip an activated destruction set on Muwi. So let's go to our Muwi, manage equipment. We're going to throw that destruction set that we just got onto him. We are going to do a little bit of mixing the gear sets up, because if you see here, this set has effectiveness and the set that Sigret comes with does not have effectiveness on it. So we're going to do a combination of the two sets to achieve the stats and everything that we want. We just need to make sure Muwi has 65 effectiveness, and then we want to make sure Sigret has at least a little bit, so it makes them run more consistent even if you're not at 65. 65 effectiveness, that's your ability to land your debuffs. Any boss or character has an effect resistance check, you will do an effectiveness versus effectiveness check. Okay, so there's a certain threshold of effectiveness you need for landing debuffs on any kind of content in the game, whether it's PvP or PvE. Okay, Wyvern is going to be on your characters, you need 65. Okay, so with the 65, you have the highest chance of landing it, but there is always a 15% chance you will not land your debuff no matter what. It's a terrible mechanic in the game, so don't think because you missed a debuff you need to go in and boost this up to 200%. It's not going to help you because that mechanic exists. Okay, so now go ahead, put this on your Muwi, and that's going to finish that next mission, and then it wants us to go in and beat Wyvern on normal difficulty or higher 20 times. We're just going to do normal difficulty for this, okay? It's the easiest that we can do. We're going to go and take one of our Daydream Jokers, okay, and put it on. Now we're going to lock this Daydream Joker up at the top here, and we're going to enhance it. Feed 2 Daydream Jokers to this one. We're going to need multiple Daydream Jokers. So go ahead, feed 2 to this, enhance it, and then from here, go ahead and you can put it up to, let's just say +8, and because we may need to upgrade it for one of the missions coming up. So go ahead, put that to +8, and then we can go into our Furious, make sure his gear's all good. And what we're going to do now is upgrade all of the gear a little bit. This is just +6 each piece of gear for now. We are going to boost them up more, but we want to see where the stats are rolling and for the next part, because we're going to be building Sigret, Furious, and Muwi all at the same time. This is actually rolling effectiveness that is not bad, but I will go over, once we sit down for the hard version, I will give the full stats you need on everything and show what my characters look like, so you don't have any questions as to why your team isn't working, and it'll be an easy experience. So again, go through, level all this up. This is going to actually end up being a longer guide. I was going to cut through all this, but this way you can see me doing it, and it'll work out. If you don't, you can skip ahead if you want through certain parts, but I like the idea of less chance for you guys to have any kind of mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Furious's boot because it's speed main stat. We want to be a little bit fast. We're going to upgrade the ring to +6 just to have a higher chance of landing debuffs. That's 2 minimum speed rolls. This gear is rolling awful. I think every piece I've touched has rolled horrendously bad. All right, so we'll put 6 into there. That's also not very good. We'll put 6 into here. And we are going to, again, upgrade this gear higher. That's not bad. That's a first piece that wasn't absolutely terrible. It's funny. All right, and then there we go. Not the greatest, but it'll work. Okay, so I'm not too worried about the crit damage here. Muwi has crit chance on this, so this will work for now. Again, we're going to redo all of the gear, but now we have a little bit of a Wyvern team that we can go ahead and utilize. Okay, so this is what your final characters will look like. Just know this part is RNG and it's going to be a little bit annoying for you, but this will end up beating it. You just might have to try it multiple times. The whole goal is we have to beat it 10 times in a row on either quick battle or auto battle. So going into your heroes, these are what they look like. As you see, my Tyria, she's on these pieces we got from Abyss. I just threw them on so she has something. If you have anything else at this point with crit damage and attack percent, you can put it on, but do not upgrade this T57 gear. Otherwise, you want to have the boots and the sword at +15, the helmet and the chest, so you can leave at +9. If you want to take them to 12, you can. Then next up, we have Muwi. It's going to be +12 on everything except for the necklace and the ring. These are going to get upgraded, but for right now, we're trying to get through with as little as possible because we don't have a lot of charms, and we're going to be using those charms to upgrade Sigret once we get her. So just go ahead, put this. The reason we take these 2 to +12 is to get them enough bulk to where they don't die as easily. Okay, one thing you can do also is go in and farm a little bit if you're struggling to get the runes here. So you also have some boxes you can go in and trade and do some extra awakenings. So I'm going to go ahead and 4-star awaken my Muwi. That's going to give him a little bit of extra stat, you see more crit chance and a tiny bit of attack and health. And the same thing with your Furious. You have the boxes, you can go in, you can buy the runes there, and then just get him to 4-star awaken. He'll be good. And lastly, Furious is going to be the same as Muwi. Just try to take everything close to +12. As you see, the boots I still have +9, but the biggest thing is keeping them alive because this stage, the boss, the lowest difficulty is harder than the higher difficulties, which is hilarious because there is no consistency in where the front or who the boss attacks. Okay, so in the other difficulties, once you have 2 debuffs, the boss will always attack the front unit. In the first difficulty of Wyvern, the easy mode or normal mode, the boss will attack whoever. Now, if you have 2 debuffs, he'll only hit once. If you have 0 debuffs, he hits you twice. So that is a little bit annoying. One thing is getting Furious to be the fastest on your team is nice. So if you want to take the boots to +9, that's the thing. If you're struggling with this, don't be afraid to put a little bit more or charms into your gear. It's going to be worth it. Now you're Angelica. We're sitting on the free HP set with the 2 pieces bought from the arena shop, and then we're going to go ahead and just take her boost to +12 too, give her an extra little bit of speed that will help out, and it gave her some more health, so now she's bulky enough that we shouldn't have any problems. And then we do have the awakenings on them too, and then our free spirit tier is looking good as well. So from here we can go in. You just want to go to battle, and now you need to beat this 10 times in a row. Okay, once you beat it 10 times in a row, you are done. But with this, you can either do it through your pets, so you can turn off quick battle and you can run your pets. If you do fail, you just have to do it again. Okay, you just have to keep running it. It's not a big deal. Getting through this will be the next big jump in your account, but we're going to go ahead over, we're going to do our quick battles. If you want to buy more quick battles, just try to get it done quick, you can. But the thing is, there's a good chance you're going to fail. So this is completely RNG. You just have to get lucky on one of them. The only other way is to do it slower and boost up your gear and characters a little bit more, but we're going to try to skip doing that and go through this. If you're having trouble though, just go ahead again and boost up your stuff. So let's go ahead and see how this performs. Okay, we beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a praying session. 6, 7. Ooh, scared me. 8, 9. Oh my gosh, don't fail. 10. Okay, so there we go. As you see, this will beat it. You're better off just doing your battles here. Just set it to 15, let it run the full 15, and then be done. Okay, just you have to let it run the full batch. You can switch it, but I would say let it run the full 15 and you'll be good. Just go do something else while it's running. Once you're done with that though, you can go to your Orbis guide, and then you can claim your Journey of Succession last 2 here, and that's going to get you your Sigret. Once you get Sigret, this is massive. So Sigret, we're going to have the next character we're going to get is Brig. This is a core character for going through the game. Once we get him, it's going to make all of our teams infinitely better. So with this, we're going to go down and we need to complete these missions. So we need to get Sigret to 6-star, awaken her to 3-star, equip 3 pieces of +15 equipment, or yeah, equip 3 +15 equipment, meaning we have to level up gear, which is why I was trying to get you to use as little charms as possible. But now that we have Sigret, we go into our hero, and then we go to our Sigret, and then we can level her up from here. So I am going to go ahead and go into my level up, and then we need to, well, we should have a potion. So the thing is, from right here, we're not able to promote her, it looks like. So we need to go in to our mailbox inventory here, go down to our currency, growth ingredients, enhancement ingredients, growth ingredients, chest. Okay, we need to go to our chest. So from the chest here, just go ahead and click use, and then we need to find our Sigret, which she is right here. Go ahead and 6-star her with this, okay? This is going to get you to the next part faster. Trying to min-max those potions is not worth it, in my opinion. It's a very small amount, and farming in this game is very easy. So we're going to go take her to that, and then we're going to go to the sanctuary, and then we're going to buy some penguins, okay? We need a little bit more penguins to get her leveled up, and let's go ahead and do that. Go to the growth altar, and we're going to go ahead and buy, let's just buy 50 penguins. That hopefully will be enough to get her all the way to level 60. If not, we just have to go buy more. But let's go ahead and level her up, and then we're going to awaken her from this part. So hopefully you have enough. I'm only to 59, so depending on what level you are at with your penguins, we're level 49. That's frustrating, but just go ahead back into Sanctuary and buy a little bit more. You will get plenty of stigma. Do not worry about it. Let's go ahead to the growth altar, and I'll just go ahead and I'll buy another 15. Okay, so there we go. Now I know Sigret will be leveled up, and then we can awaken her from here. So level up, auto select, bang. She is level 60. And then now we can go ahead and awaken her. Now, for the awakening, we're going to use this potion. Okay, she's a 5-star character. This is going to be the most value you can get out of this potion. It saves you the most amount. So we didn't min-max the other potion, but this one is way more resources that it saves you using on a 6-star. So we're going to try to always use these potions on a 5-star starting character. So let's go ahead and use that. And now she is maxed out. So once we have done that, it's going to give us some goodies in here. We can go out, and this is actually completing this challenge as well, Awaken Hero to 6-star. We can claim that. That's going to give us a 4-star character. And then we get this right here, which is going to also give us more summons to rip. So I did kind of slack yesterday, I'm not going to lie. I had something come up that I had to go do, so we did not finish, and I am on technically the 3rd day login, but I will catch up today throughout the day to get us back to the normal routine. But I'm going to go ahead and rip my summons so you guys can see, skip all this, no 5 stars whatsoever, and that's what I get for slacking. So I unfortunately stayed up way too late and my schedule was doomed. I just tried to sleep, I woke up, felt decent, but then fell asleep again, and all of yesterday was cooked. Okay, so I'm just ripping my Moonlight summon. Sorry, we're just doing a little quick thing, and now we're going to go back in and we're good to go. So back to the Orbis guide. Path of Air, it's going to have a new batch of missions for us to do. We will work on that shortly. But now we are going to grab these 2 things here. This is going to be an insane gear set to put on Sigret, as well as whatever the other thing was. I did not see it. Hold on, let's scroll down. So it's both the things, so this gear sets and the catalyst. So those catalysts will help us boost up. Then we're going to get another one of these potions back. We're going to end up using that on Brig. But then we need to equip 3 plus 15 and pieces to Sigret. So let's go ahead out, go to our hero. And with Sigret, here is where it'll get a little bit complicated. Okay, so Free Spirit here, we're going to go ahead and change her artifact back right away to this, and we're going to put Daydream Joker on our Sigret. So the second Daydream Joker, equip it to her. Now from here, we're going to go and take the gear that it just gave us and put it on her. So take these 2 pieces and put them on your Sigret. Okay, those are for sure going on her. Now the next thing is going to be the boots. Okay, so we want the attack boots that we just got on Sigret. We're going to put those on. The thing with Muwi is he's going to boost up our team, and we want Sigret to hit as hard as possible. So we'll leave Muwi on the speed boots, and we want Sigret to be the slowest on the team. So we'll go ahead and put the attack boots on her. Now the chest. So the chest that we get does not have any effectiveness, and we know that our Muwi has a ton of effectiveness. So I'm going to go ahead and take Muwi's chest, and I'm going to take Muwi's helmet, or whichever pieces rolled the most effectiveness that of the ones that you had. So this one rolled 20, I will take that. And then for the helmet, I'm going to go and take the new helmet. And now we're sitting at 32 effectiveness. And then I'm going to go back over to the Muwi and put the other pieces on. So you want to try to reach 65 effectiveness on each character. Your Sigret can be a little bit lower, that's fine, but just get as close as you can on your Sigret to that number while keeping your Muwi and your Furious both having 65 effectiveness, which that's going to come from just leveling up gear. We'll take this to +9 just to get that 65 number. And then there we go. All right, well, we're at 64.6, close enough. Okay, now with Muwi, these are basically the characters we have that we need. Everything is done. We will end up switching our Angelica out for our Brig once we get them, but we do need to do the next step of the Grace of Growth, which if we come into here, check the Grace of Growth. If you look at the missions, we need to get another character to level 60. So we're going to need to promote one more character. By doing this, we need to go down to Moonlight Blessing, and we now are able to promote, whether you picked Arbiter Vildred or Spectre Tenebria, you're able to promote them. So now we can go into our characters again and take our Spectre Tenebria to level 60. So let's go ahead and promote her. And you should have enough Spirit Blooms. If you do not, you will need to just do a few more missions of either farming one of the catalyst stages, which we can go into that in a second, but you should have plenty by this point. And the combining Spirit Blooms, this is the only menu it allows you to do it, and it will not allow you to combine Spirit Blooms unless you have enough Spirit Blooms to make that combination. Okay, you can't go into your inventory and do a combination. Okay, you have to do it from here, but whenever you see this, you just click combine, and if it lets you do it, that means you have enough. So as you see, we trade 25 in for 5, so every 5 greater is equal to 1 epic. So let's go ahead and click combine, and then now we can click promote. Okay, a lot of people are like, where do I go to combine those Spirit Blooms? You can't. That's the only menu. So now from here, we need to level up, which means we need more penguins. So we're going to go ahead back out and grab some more penguins and get her boosted up to level 60. So from here, we're going to go to the growth altar, and we are going to probably need at least 50 penguins, if not more. So I'm just going to go ahead and take around 30, and this should be enough to do it, but you will have plenty of stigma to do that. So now we can go back into our heroes, boost her up, and that's going to get our Angelica to level 60. So we're going to go ahead and click level up. Yep, that's plenty. It's actually barely enough. So there we go. Now that that is done, we can go here, click Grace of Growth, and this is going to put our Angelica to level 60 6-star because she's in Grace of Growth. That's a free 6-star that we get. So now technically we have 4 6-stars. Okay, so here's the next part. We need to level up our Sigret's skills. Okay, we need one character to have maxed out skills, and we need the skills anyway because it's going to be important for doing enough damage to Wyvern. So we need to plus 15 her, which means we need to max out each different skill to plus 5. Some characters have plus 3 on a skill and then plus 7, but for her, each one is the same. Each skill needs to be to plus 5. All characters, the max they can go to is plus 15. Okay, so let's just go in, use all that we have, boost up to skill 1, and then go into the next skill, boost it up, and you are going to run out of catalyst. Okay, but we have gotten enough catalyst boxes. That is where we're going to put them. Okay, so the next one you see, we only have 5 of 7. Just use your catalyst boxes and then go to the next. Okay, and then we'll use the epic catalyst, and we're good to go. Now, next up, go into the last skill, level it up, and if we do not have enough, we need to go buy some. Okay, so now use rare catalyst box, we'll receive, and then we're good. And then we'll use rare catalyst box. We had enough. If you do not, you can go into the AP exchange from story to get them. Okay, I will show you that real quick, but now that Sigret is plus 15, that finishes our last Grace of Growth, and now our Grace of Growth is maxed out forever on our account. And we have our core Wyvern team to get into the next portion. So if you do need more catalyst though, just go to episode and then go down here. You can click this transaction. You have 350. You can buy a couple extra of the rare fighting if you need them. Okay, if you need more of these, you can go in and just switch your stage. So come to this little icon here, go to chapter 1, click this little icon here, click back, and then you can go to Britannia. There's multiple ways to get to that menu. So another way of doing that is to come in and click this 7 here. That's going to go by chapter by chapter. There's multiple ways to navigate for some reason, but you can just click episode 1 and then go to Terranor. Okay, in Terranor, you're going to be able to farm this stage right here, Rampage. As you're farming it, you're going to get AP to where you can trade in for catalyst. We are going to have to do this, but for right now, we do not need to worry about that. Okay, so now that that is done, go ahead, go back to your Sigret, and we are going to enhance her equipment a little bit. Okay, so the sword, let's go ahead and take it to plus 15. The thing is, it wanted us to have 3 plus 15 pieces of gear equipped to our Sigret. So go ahead and take the chest, and I don't really want to do the chest to plus 15. Let's try to get the boot to plus 15. We don't quite have enough, meaning we're going to need to get more charms. So more charms you spend to pass the last portion. I'm glad you get to see this. It hurts you on this portion trying to get to the next stage. Now, from there, we can go upgrade the ring, upgrade it to plus 9, and then the necklace we're going to take to plus 15. And once that's plus 15, see how many charms we have left over. And we're going to put whatever we had left over back into the ring. Okay, so boost this up. And the ring is almost plus 15 as well. And now, if you need more charms, I'm glad this ended up perfect. Okay, and then we also don't have anything really to put into the helmet, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and back out, go back to your Orbis, claim any of the rewards it gives from here. And then go down to this. And as you see, and once we get one more piece plus 15, we're going to get some more charms. Okay. To do this, you need to go back to your arena shop. So click shop, and then you can scroll down into the conquest point section. And from here, you are able to buy charms. Okay, you can buy charms of either kind. So as you saw, we wanted to get the boots up to plus 15. I'm going to go ahead and buy 3 of the boots, or 3 of those for the boots. So these are for these first greater equipment charms the equipment charms are going to be for your sword, helmet, chest, and boots. Your accessory charms are going to be for your necklace and ring. So I am also going to buy just a couple of these. We won't buy any more, just buy 3 of each and you should be good. Or if you find you need to buy more because you use other charms, then you will have to do that. You can go do arena and get more charms that way. And you can also farm that stage I showed you earlier for getting AP to buy catalyst. You will also get some charm dust drops from that. So if you have to take a break to go do some of that, that is fine. Just come back once you have gotten that completed. So now I'm going to take this piece up to plus 15, and that will complete the mission that we're currently on. so we can get some more charms out of that. And I'm going to go ahead and take the ring as close to plus 15 as I can. We will finish it in a second. And the last charms that we get, we are going to utilize on the helmet. Okay, we need Sigret to have a little bit of bulk, but these charms that we got for getting the 3 pieces plus 15, now we can go back and put them into our Sigret's helmet. Let's boost this to at least plus 9. We are out of gold. Okay, so once you get out of gold, there is going to be multiple ways you can receive gold. Make sure you're doing all your daily stuff, as well as your daily login. So going to shop, make sure you claim your free gold here. And once per day, you get 150,000. But the way to get gold outside of, well, from here, you're probably going to have gold within this. So make sure you check your mailbox. And you're also going to have your different epic pass and events here that you can potentially claim some stuff from. So go in, claim whatever you can, get your extra sky stones from this first one. Next up, come into here and then claim the missions here. And then you're going to, let's see, we get any gold? No gold from this one, it looks like. Oh, I guess I got a character. I finished the pass. Okay, well, if you haven't finished the pass, you will eventually finish the pass. If this gives me Brig, it's hilarious. It gave me Charles. Okay, that's okay. So once you finish this pass, you're going to be getting a 5-star ticket. I didn't realize we finished that already. And then here we can go ahead and claim this, and this is going to give us a little bit of gold and charms as well. So that's one spot you can get some extra things. Now also in an event, you can come here, you can go down, claim whatever rewards, have a little icon next to it. So here I'm on day 3 login. I won't claim that yet, but that is where you can get some extra stuff. Now, if you still don't have enough, the main way to get gold in Epic 7 is going to be farming for Stigma, which, as the stage I just showed for farming Catalyst, you will go run that on repeat battle 15 times at a time, get all the rewards for it, restart it, do it again, keep all your characters that are in there, you can have them all max level, you're going to get Stigma back depending on how much experience you get, and then from there you can come into the Forest of Souls, Growth Altar, and you're going to make some penguins. So if you make penguins from here, now you can go up into your inventory, and then from here, click this menu, and then you need to go to your growth ingredients. Once you're at growth ingredients, you can click arrange, and you can click on them and sell them. Okay, this is the gold farming of Epic 7. So right here, I'm going to get 600,000, and we are good to go. Now I can finish leveling up what we were working on, and we can continue further. But if you have to take a break to go farm or anything, that is completely fine. Go get it done and then come back. So now finish upgrading this, and we can go into the helmet, and we want to take this to plus 9 at least. And then from here, as long as you have the charms and things to go further, just go ahead and go to plus 12. Okay, once that is done, we have our Sigret with 32 effectiveness. That is fine. That is, you don't have to reach 65. We just want to split the gear up between our Muwi gear that we got for free and our Sigret to achieve that. Now, with our extra gear that we have, we want to go in and upgrade our Muwi piece to plus 9. And we want to upgrade the chest as well as much as we can because it doesn't have any upgrades. Okay, so that's only going to go to plus 5. That's the best we can do. Like I said, the charms are very gated. Now for the necklace, if you have enough gold, go ahead and put this to plus 12. I have 216. That will work. So go ahead and boost that up. And now our Muwi has a lot of extra crit damage. We would like to get the chest upgraded as soon as we can. And that is going to be maybe a path that we take of going through more of the Path of Air missions, just going and finishing the story. But now we have the team that we need for Wyvern. We do need to do a little bit of upgrading with everything else on our characters as we go. But for right now, you should be good to, once you get this chest upgrade a little bit, should be good to go into Wyvern. So give me 1 second. We're going to come back and probably skip Wyvern for just a second. Make sure we get a little bit further in the Orbis guide because we do need to reach, I believe it's part 15, 16 to get these currency here. This will be, once we get this, our Wyvern team should pretty much be finalized, and you'll have Brig and you'll have everything you need to push further in the story. Okay, so once your characters are all boosted up, we are actually going to now prolong that experience a little bit because we have to get some extra resources anyway. So we're going to go ahead in and start pushing more into the Path of Air. So we are currently on part 13. We're going to go ahead and do everything it says. We need to produce a Spirit Bloom. To do this, you just need to go to the Forest of Souls, and then we're going to go to the Growth Altar and just make 1 Spirit Bloom. That's all you have to do for this. And then once that is done, go back to the Orbis guide, claim your artifact charms. Next up, we have to enhance an artifact. So just go to any of the artifacts that you are currently using on your Wyvern team. So you can come here and we are going to boost up. Well, you can go to your hero inventory. The new inventory system is... It's definitely a big change. So I'm going to go ahead and just enhance my Sigret's artifact and give a little extra into this. And we're good to go. As you see, I did summon a Daydream Joker. You will probably summon them over the next little bit with all your free summons, but that is that mission done. Next, we need to go in. We're not going to mess with this gear too much as of right now. We might mess with it in a little bit. We need to clear floor 30 in Abyss and complete Arena. So go slam out Arena and do a couple stages of Abyss. I'm going to start with Abyss, but I want you guys to meet me back here once you have cleared floor 30. But now we did boost up our characters a little bit, so you can go ahead and this would be the team that I would use. You can go ahead and put this on, or if you want to, I would just do this team here. This team is what we're going to use to clear the next little bit. So just use this team with all the gear that you saw that we had and continue from here. Just beat these stages and then use your arena flags, and I will be back here once you're done with those 2 missions. Okay, so once you have finished your arena fights as well as the other thing, you are probably going to be to a point where you've already gotten this. That's a really good piece of gear that we'll be able to upgrade later. But again, as you're seeing, we are absolutely obliterated on charms. It's just how the beginning of this game is, unfortunately. But another very important thing is to go in and make sure you lock any of the gear that is good. Any of your T70 gear you can go ahead and get rid of. If you're curious on your T85 gear, you can hold on to it for now until we get into crafting portions of the guide. But for all your T70 gear, you have 2 options. You can either extract or sell. The thing is, extracting this gear, you get very little extraction materials for it. So I would just personally sell any of the T70 gear that you end up getting from doing those Wyvern stages. You'll get some extra gold and some charms out of it versus 1 extraction material. You'll get plenty of extractions as we get into the next portions of the guide. So I'm going to go ahead and sell all that, clean up my inventory. But again, be sure to lock any of the good equipment or any of the equipment the game gives you for now, just to be safe. So from the challenges. Now, the gear the game gives you from the drops, the T70, you can get rid of that. So now that those 2 missions are done, I want you to go ahead and claim your rewards from this. It's going to give you another 2 pieces of gear and some extra conquest points, and that will give you some charms. So maybe you weren't able to upgrade everything that you saw me upgrading. Now you have a little bit more resource. And another thing you could do is go to your reputation. Make sure you're claiming this, because this is going to end up being a lot of extra gold and a lot of extra resources for you. So I'm going to go ahead and claim all this real quick. And then our next mission is going to be to go in and beat so here's some extra sword charms. I don't know, it only gives you sword charms, unfortunately. But we're going to go beat the next stage of the story. Make sure you click all these upgrading lasting effects. These give your, again, account just overall boost. So this gives us a plus 5% maximum energy. So now we just have more energy sitting, so we can recharge up to a higher number. But this, you could sit here and claim this for like 20 minutes because it gave so many crafting materials. And then this will just be some extra stigma for getting through the Abyss floors. So go ahead, again, grab all that. And then now we need to go in and beat the next chapter. So if we go to the Orbis Guide, Path of Air, it wants us to be episode 2, chapter 4. So we're going to go in and just crank through these missions here and get to the point where we have cleared that and open up the next batch of missions. So once you have done that, I will meet you back here. Okay, so once you've beaten the stage that has Vivian as the boss, you can go ahead and go back to your Orbis Guide, and it's going to give you some charms, another 6-star potion, and just some good stuff. All right, we're able to upgrade our account a little bit from here. Now, the next mission is obtain 2 6-star heroes. We've already done that. Now we need to enhance equipment 3 times. So we're going to go out and we're going to go to our Muwi's helmet. It takes you to this menu, but I'm just going to go to the other menu because I like the other menu more. But I'm going to go ahead and go to my Muwi and his chest. So I'm going to go ahead and just feed 1 at a time. I'm not sure if you feed multiple into it. So there's 1. Let's feed 2 in and see if it works. But you might have to do this 1 at a time for it to count as 3 upgrades. You do. Oh, no, you don't. So as long as you use 3 different charms, you are good to go. But I'm just going to boost this up to plus 6 because that's all the charms I have or the ability to use right now. And we will now go in and claim the next thing. So that's 30 pet tickets. We will go over a pet section here shortly, but next it wants us to clear Farche Labyrinth, clear Spirit Altar 3 times, and enhance hero skill 1 time. So let's go ahead and go enhance a hero skill. Go ahead and go back to your Muwi. We are going to end up enhancing our Muwi skills up all the way over time, but for right now, we won't worry about it too much. But go in and any of them that do not cost catalyst, go ahead and upgrade them. So just put them up to plus 2 on each skill until it takes a catalyst now. We aren't going to bother doing that until later. So go ahead, upgrade that. That is good. We can go claim the reward for that, which is just 2 leaves. But now we need to clear Spirit Altar and we need to clear Farche's Labyrinth. So here's 2 things you can do that'll take you a little bit of time. Okay, with Farche's Labyrinth, 1, you can go through and fully clear each of these different areas. It's going to be super easy for you now. Clearing these, you're going to need a little bit of charms, a couple summons, as well as once you get down to here, you can get this necklace and you can get this ring. These are going to be very big upgrades for our account. So I want you to clear out all of this. You could just go into each area once and get to the final area if you want, but if you want to 100% them, you will be getting the extra rewards for doing so. So it's just about the amount of time you want to put in. If you want to come back to this later, that's fine. But go ahead and beat all these stages, get to where you fully cleared it. Again, to get to the next area, you have to leave through the gate that says the next area. So be aware of that. But go ahead, clear all this out. Get all the free rewards that the game or that it has in here, and I will meet you back here once you have gotten to Farche's Labyrinth. Okay, so once you have cleared Great Farche's Labyrinth and went through and did, to get to Farche's Labyrinth, you have to do the ones before. But once you clear it one time, it will complete that mission. So now we can go into the Orbis Guide. We also got that other set of gear that we can now put on our Tieria. Okay, so we're going to go back out. We're going to go to our Tieria, and then we need to do Spirit Altar 3 times. So let's go in, find our Tieria, and now we're going to take this garbage gear off that I told you guys do not upgrade. And we're going to go ahead and put these 2 pieces on. Okay, change to this. And then we can upgrade them a little bit. We don't want to go too far with it. I'm just going to go +6 on each of them. It'll give us a lot of extra damage in comparison to what we had and puts us closer to the 100% crit chance to make her more consistent. Okay, we will get there. That kind of sucks at -1 HP, but it is what it is. So 71%, she has a ton of crit damage. She's starting to look pretty good. Okay, so now that that is done, the next thing I want you to do, we have to beat Spirit Altar 3 times. What altar I want you to do is going to be, if you picked Arbiter, Villager, or Spectre Dealer, whoever you're using as your extra character on your team, we want to get them awakened. So I'm going to go ahead and beat normal difficulty and hard difficulty. I don't know if I don't think we'll be able to beat the hardest difficulty, but if you just do the first 2 and do the second difficulty twice, you'll be good to go for the next mission. And it'll give you a bunch of extra rewards to allow us to start awakening our Moonlight 5 or whichever character that we started using to go through further in the game. Again, I said you guys could pick whatever you wanted. Be sure to have fun with the game, but if you want to stick with exactly what I'm doing, your Arbiter, Villager, or Spectre Tibria will be the next awakening that we are going to do to finish up this mission. But I'll be back once I have this done. Okay, so once you've completed Spirit Altar 3 times, I was able to do the hardest difficulty, no issue. I just wasn't sure if that would be something to tell you guys to do, but I was able to go all the way, so if you want to do that one, you can. The reason we're doing that is if we come now into here, we are going to get some extra runes for completing those difficulties. So as you see, that's a bunch of extra runes to boost up whichever character we decide on first, which will be, for most of you, Spectre Tenebria or Arbiter Villager. So now I'm going to go ahead into my hero, and I'm going to go to Spectre Tenebria, and we're going to go to Awaken. So go ahead and click this, boost her up at least to 3-star, preferably 4-star. At 3 stars, she's going to get the extra ability. All characters get a little bit of an extra ability within their 3rd awakening, and you can go and use your rune selection chest if you do not have enough to finish up at least a 3rd awakening. So now that this is done, I'm just going to leave it to this point. I'm not going to go to 4-star awakening. If you want to, you can. We're just trying to do the bare minimum to get through this first part, but now we're going to be able to get more artifact charms, and we get this batch, which is another very, very good helmet that we don't have the charms for right now. So now we need to play with a pet one time. To do this, we need to click this, and we need to go into our pet, and then we just need to hit play and then hit play. Okay, so that finishes that mission. That is going to give us some extra summons. We are going to go into the pet portion here and make a 3-star pet. Okay, I'm going to do a deep dive covering of pets from this point, but for right now, we're just going to do one single pet. So as you see, we already have a 3-star pet. The game gives it to us, but we're going to make another one, preferably a lobby pet. Otherwise, we're going to try to get an AP farming pet, because that is going to be something we're going to have to do to get some charms and just overall gold and things we need for our account. So for this, go to adopt. You get 1 free adoption daily. Make sure to do that. And then just go ahead and rip 10. If you get purple, that is a Moonlight pet. So Moonlight pets, nothing special about them besides their appearance. So this one is a lobby pet. It has hero EXP +9. That's not very good. We're looking for A and S rank abilities. The abilities that we want mostly are going to be adventure skills. So if we get one with double AP for adventure, that is going to be our best bet to get our account stabilized faster. But I'm going to go ahead and summon another 20. Once I've summoned that 20, I'm going to go back and I'm going to release. I'm going to go to auto select. I'm going to sell anything down to B rank. I'm just only going to keep A and S rank pets. If you try to upgrade anything from these lower tiers, it's not going to be too good. So I'm going to go ahead and release these 17. And on to the next, we're going to do some more summons. So I'm going to repeat this twice, and then we're going to go in and start upgrading one of our pets. So here we go. We got 2 S rank pets, which is the best you can get. This is going to be 7.5% gold from selling equipment. That's not the worst. And then we have minus 4.5 in equipment enhanced costs. This is one of the best pets. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this pet. If you're too curious or worried about doing any of this, the thing is with pets, it doesn't really matter on your first ones. It matters about when you're maxing out your final pet. So if you would like to wait for that in-depth pet guide, you can. I have the other account I'm playing ready to go through and do that. But for right now, I'm just going to go with this. Since this one is my good pet, I'm going to go ahead and click level up, get him to max level. I'm going to click synthesize. And you just have to put another pet in that doesn't have a good skill. So I'm just going to put this D rank pet in, and then you could pick whichever one you want the appearance of. So say I want my Moonlight pet as my appearance pet. I'm going to click that, and then you select the skills. So I'm going to select the good skill that I want, click confirm, and then you want to put this here. You put more crystals in, which are used for leveling up your pets as well as promoting them, to make sure I have 100%. If you do not click this, there's a chance this could fail, and then your pet is still 1 star. So I'm going to go ahead and synthesize him. And as you see, you can make sure everything is what you want it to look like. And I'm going to click synthesize. Okay, so now I have a 2-star pet that has a good enhanced success rate up. That's not a bad skill. Okay, so now we need to, since we have a 2-star pet, we need another 2-star pet to feed into him. So I'm going to go ahead and level him up to the max. And then I'm going to go down, level up just a random pet. Doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to synthesize it with another junk one. We don't care about any of this because this is just going to be fodder to boost up the other one. So I don't care about the skills. I am going to still put one here to make sure it doesn't fail. I'm going to click synthesize. One thing is when you synthesize and don't pick skills, it will create a random skill for you. So if you do not have any skills that are good, you can go in and do this and see these are 2 new skills that could be anything. They could be all the way up to S rank of one of the abilities you want. But this one is not that, so that's not the case here. And now we want to synthesize our main pet up to 3-star. Select the appearance of our Moonlight pet. I want this skill, and this skill is B rank. It's not the worst, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it empty. Since we're only going to 3-star, we will be able to correct this with promoting them up to 4-star and 5-star. The benefit of promoting your lobby pet isn't that great besides you get the extra skills, but your hunt pets and your adventure pets, those things, you will end up usually with 5 different pets. Those pets, the higher level they are, the more repeat battles you can do in the background. So I'm just going to go ahead and only click this skill. I'm going to put the 5 into them, make sure the appearance is set, click synthesize, double check everything. Then I'm going to click synthesize, and that's going to give us our 3-star pet. And we got good enhancement success rate A rank. So that's actually fantastic. This is a great pet to start the game with for my first lobby pet, and it finishes that mission. Again, pets can be confusing. You can check out old pet guides that you see on YouTube if you want to be really picky about it. But overall, at the beginning of the game, it's not a big deal for your first pet because you can just use whichever one you end up making for this for fodder for one of your good pets later. Okay. So now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and back out of here, and I'm going to actually assign this pet. But I do not know how to do that because the game has changed dramatically. So I'm going to go back to my pet house. I'm going to click lobby pet here, and I'm going to click travel together. There used to be a button on the main menu. I wanted to go check if that was there. It's not there anymore. So now we are traveling with our lobby pet, and he should be in the lobby now. There we go. So now once per day, we'll be able to click on him and get some kind of reward, as well as all of his skills are active. So now all my enhanced equipment cost is lower and just gives me those abilities for the rest of the time that he's in my lobby, and we'll eventually get a way better pet. So now we're going to go ahead and claim this, and we need to clear a catalyst stage 3 times and exchange catalyst in the AP exchange. Okay, so for this, just go, and it doesn't matter which stage you do. I would preferably want you to do a stage that's a bit easier. So again, you can click this icon. One of the better early stages to farm is going to be area 6 of chapter 1. Go down and just farm this one. Eventually you will farm for the catalyst you're going for, but for right now we mostly want the extra rewards that you get for this. So I'm just going to set this to 15 battles and put it in the background. Okay, so now that this is farming in the background, we're good to go. That's going to get us some extra progression, but this will drop stigma, it will drop weapon charms, and it can drop catalyst. You can trade in your catalyst for other ones that you don't want, but you're also getting AP or action points. That's where if you can get a pet that has action points, which we're going to go back into the pet screen, I'm going to see if I can get one while we're waiting for this, and I'll cut back. But if you can get an A rank or S rank pet that if you look at the skills, let's see if we have any here, that have double AP, it's going to be very, very nice. Okay, so this has reduced equipment enhance cost, which is okay. This is actually a better skill. We want the equipment enhance EXP. So I should have noticed that I had this pet and then leveled it up to end up making that first pet. But again, I'm not too worried about it for right now. We're going to end up changing all these pets. You get a bunch of pet tickets and everything, plus you can buy them. We are going to end up buying the batch of pet tickets every single week on a new account, which we'll go over later. But trying to find the right skills. If you're worried about this right now, again, go watch another video. But for the double AP pet, I do not have one. They used to sell a pack in the game to where you could just go get one right away, guaranteed. But I'm just going to go ahead and do one summon, see if we get anything that's A rank or above for that. That's a lobby pet. It's going to be an adventure pet like this, but none of those have it. And your pet inventory is always going to be full. That is one very annoying thing with pets. So that's where the auto select selling anything B rank and below is a very nice thing to have. A rank is pretty good. You could honestly just use A rank forever, but you're losing out on a lot of overall things you can get. The thing is, the better pet you have early on, you just get progression and extra rewards from that for the life of your account. So pets are very important, but for this part of the guide, I'm not super worried about it. So there's an S rank pet. It is another lobby pet, and otherwise we didn't get anything really worth looking at. Within here, everything's B rank or lower. So this is one of the decent pets that gives you an extra chance of receiving catalyst. If you can get one of these with A rank or S rank, that'd be fantastic. But otherwise, I'm going to go click it again and see if we got anything here. That's extra charm, it's extra gold, and that is extra rune. So nothing so far in terms of the double AP. But if you see that pet though, definitely upgrade it, and that will end up replacing, unless you got the skill within your first pet, it'll replace whichever one you had. As you see, mine has the additional random rare catalyst. It's only B rank, but at least it's giving me a little bit of extra percentage chance to get something. So we've already finished that mission though. So if we go into here, that is how fast this farms. As you see, we got a little bit of Sigma, a little bit of charm for each of the things. It's not very much, but the more you farm this, you just let it go while you're doing anything else in the game, or if you're not playing the game, just set it to farm while you're going and doing regular life stuff. It's very nice, the background battle feature. So now that we finished that, we need to go exchange for a catalyst. The catalyst I want to exchange for is going to be the sniper. Okay, so I believe it's called, the rare sniper. We need these for our Furious. So I'm just going to buy one just to complete the mission. And then now we need to clear further into the story. Okay, so go ahead and claim this. They're going to give us 10 catalyst boxes. That's going to be very important for getting our Furious up to par for our Wyvern team. And next up, we just have to clear this chapter. So I want you to go in to the most recent thing you've done, start clearing these missions, and I will see you back here once you have gotten to the stage that beats that mission. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so once you have gotten to the City Lord stage and cleared it of the chapter pass where we just were, you are going to then finish this next mission. We're getting super close. So this is part 15. So go ahead and claim this. We're also going to get a 5-star knight. And it does tell you that light and dark heroes will not appear. So you cannot get them in Light 5, but the biggest thing is we're getting some more charms. That's the main reason. We got Charlotte, not really too interested in her. And then now we have the 2 level 60 heroes already, so we're getting 10 more charms. And we need to go do these missions. So first up, we need to reach grade D or higher in Hall of Trials, conquer Automaton Tower up to level 15, and own 2-star heroes awakened to 6-star. So for this, we're going to first go out and do Hall of Trials. Okay, we need this currency. So going into here, we're going to go into Hall of Trials, and we're just going to take our general story team. There are 2 modes of this. There's hard mode and regular. You can get more points in hard mode, but for the beginning, it does not matter. We're just going to take our general story team, go in, let this run, and then get rewards for it. So I will be back in just a second whenever this is done, and we will continue forward. Okay, so once you have run the Hall of Trials, you're going to get a little bit of rewards that we need, but the biggest thing is the Orbis Guide reward. So as you see, I got 100 for this. If you get less, it's fine. It's not a big deal. We're going to come in and we're going to grab the extra resources from the Orbis Guide here. Go ahead and grab the Hall of Trials challenge. That's going to give us that. And then we can also grab the 400 from here. Now, we need to upgrade equipment 5 times, clear Automaton Tower, and own 2 heroes 6-star to or awaken to 6-star. Okay, so this we're going to wait to do. Okay, that's the main thing we were trying to get to. It's part 16 of the Orbis guide. We are there. We're pretty much done with this for the day. We will finish this up at the end of the video, and then we'll start part 17 for the next part of the guide. But our main goal right now is to get these Wyvern missions done. So in order to do so, the first thing we're going to do is back out of this, and we're going to go to Hall of Trials, Exchange. So, but down under my face cam, there's the button Exchange. We want to go over to Sigret. Okay, so Sigret, the one that we want is going to be the skill 3 one, Smash. After using Smash, we are going to try to just open 3 of them and see if we get them. Okay, so the first one, chance of sever bleed, that one's fine. Okay, and it's a max 14%. There's a chance of 7 to 14% attack. Getting extra bleed isn't the worst. Any one you get out of this with the highest attack you'll take, but if you do have you put Smash as number 1 priority. If you do get it, you put Sever as number 2, and if you just get 3 of the increased damage dealt by Sever, then just use that. It's fine, but you want the bleed chance or the Smash are going to be the best 2. So I'm going to buy a second one, and this is pretty good. This is the one we want. If you get the one you want, you don't need to buy another. Now we're going to go to Furious. Okay, so Furious is the second one we will buy, and this is going to be either increases quick draw, burn effect, that one's not bad, restricts, or 75% chance to place decrease hit chance of the target for 2 turns. Either the fatal bullet or the the bottom fatal bullet one or the quick draw. So either number 1 or 3 is what we're going for. Let's try to just do 3 into this. And we got restricts a target. That's not the one we want currently because you cannot restrict Wyvern. The burn effect chance is okay, and we'll do one last one, and this is restrict. So we're going to have to go with the burn chance. If you get the blind one, that one's pretty good because it keeps the Wyvern from doing as much damage to you, so it's not bad at all. Okay, and it has a higher % chance to land. Now, to equip these, we're going to now go to our characters and finish up a couple other missions. First one is go to Sigret and go ahead and equip the best one you got to her. So if you got the bleeding one, awesome. If you got the other one for all 3 that you open, it's okay, it'll be fine. But I'm going to use the Smash one because this will allow us to deal more damage while we're fighting it. Okay, so now that that is done, we can now go ahead in and are Furious. So in order to equip exclusive equipments, they need to be 5-star awakened. That is one of the issues with them. So with Furious though, the first thing we want to do is go into our skill enhance. Okay, this is going to take up a lot of our remaining resources. We want to do the 1-turn cooldown on Furious for his skill 2. Go ahead and click that, and that makes it to where he will cycle his skills faster. Now we need to go to skill 3. If we click here, we want to go all the way down to +6, which is effect chance up. So we're going to go ahead and start upgrading this. Little bit more, all the way down to +6. We're going to have to open some of our catalyst boxes in order to do so, but the +6 is very important. So as you see, we're at +5, and now we're out. We're going to have to click it again and use our boxes for this. So go ahead and do that. Click skill enhance, and bang, our Furious is done. So +0, +1, +6 is going to be Furious. Now, for the Awakening, if you have enough boxes and everything left over, you can click this, use the Epic Rune Selection Chest, and you can click this, and if you have enough, you can go and get this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use these boxes to get that unlocked, and now I'm going to click this and go to the Catalyst Exchange. So with the Catalyst Exchange, if you need more, you need to just go set one of the stages to farm like I showed earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and buy the 2 from here, and now we can boost up our Furious to 5-star to put that a piece of exclusive equipment on him. So go into here, go to your Furious, and then go to Awaken and boost them up to 5-star Awakening. You do not need to 6-star these characters ever within the game, and this also finishes a challenge for Spectre Tenebria to where we can get closer to unlocking her or Arbiter Villager, whichever you started with. So now with Furious, he has the icon next to him because we can add his exclusive equipment. We are going to take the one that is Burn, or if you have the one that's Blind, either one is good. If you end up only getting these, you'll be fine. It doesn't matter that much. Your team will still be really good. We're going to go ahead and equip this. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade his artifact to +12 minimum. If you want to go to +15, you can, but I'm trying to use, again, the least amount of resources possible because we ran out of gold earlier. So let's go ahead and put that up to there. And now we need to upgrade our equipment. So Furious, we need to have him at 65 effectiveness. I'm at 64.6. I can go ahead and upgrade this +1 level if I want to make sure he is at that 65 number. Okay, I believe the game rounds up anyway, but now the ring is going to give you the most effectiveness out of anything that you upgrade. That is putting us at 67. So Furious is done. Okay, the gear that is on him, I'm going to go ahead and show as I finish these characters so you can make sure your gear matches. I have the crit chance necklace on him and the effectiveness ring, and the boots are speed. Now, you can upgrade the gear a little bit further once we are done with what I've shown, but I am saving my charms and doing the least amount possible for these characters. The second character we're going to go to is going to be our Muwi. Okay, so Muwi, we're at +9 on the sword, 12 + 6. I'm going to upgrade the chest to +9. We need some survivability on our characters because there is a lot of RNG. If you don't land your debuffs, you're screwed. Now, with Wyvern, even if you have 65 effectiveness, there's a 15% chance your debuffs will not land. There's nothing you can do about it. You will always be at RNG chance in any PvE in this game to fail. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the sword to +12. And then I'm going to upgrade the boots to +15 and the neck to +15. But before I do that, I'm going to go to my Angelica. Angelica, I'm not worried about an exclusive equipment for her. We're not going to really use her past this. But this gear is going to go onto our Brig. So I want as much bulk on our Angelica as we can get, meaning I'm going to upgrade the necklace here up to +15 and the ring as close to +15 as possible. That's actually decently rolled. 16 speed is nice to start with. Now I'm going to upgrade this, and it only lets me go to +14, unfortunately. So with that +14, the nice thing is our Sigret is our main damage in here, and the other characters are our debuffers. So we have 20,375. Now from here, I want to upgrade the helmet and the chest on Angelica. So I'm going to take this to +15. And that's going to give us a little bit more bulk. As you see, we went from 20k up to 21.5, and we're going to increase the chest as well. Okay, the more bulk we have on her, the easier it's going to be. And again, this gear is going to just be moved over to her Furious. The sword isn't going to give us much bulk, especially if you roll into effectiveness or speed. Not really going to help you. You can upgrade it a little bit if you want, but I'm not too worried about that. The artifact we can upgrade. I'll just do it to +9 just to get a little bit more bulk out of it. And now we're good on that. And lastly, I'm going to go in to my Sigret, check her gear. So this is the gear on the Sigret. I did put a couple of the Muwi pieces that we got mixed in with her set. I switched them up earlier in the video, but these are the pieces of gear on her, just trying to make sure she has at least a little bit of a chance to land those debuffs. We know we don't have 65 effectiveness, but having a little bit at least will make it slightly more consistent. In the long run, you can try to min-max, get her to 65 as well, but you do not need it for right now. In terms of crit chance, I know you're all seeing that the crit chance is low on all these characters. There is a reason for that. You need almost no crit chance when using Furious because his skill 2 gives increased crit chance by 50%. So you only need 85% crit chance to crit Wyvern. And you want to be critting because you want your Daydream Jokers to be doing as much damage as possible. And that is your crit damage will multiply off your Daydream Joker artifact. Very, very big. This is where almost everybody messes up with Wyvern is they don't put this artifact on their damage dealers. So, or they'll use an attack necklace. Luckily, the game gives you everything to keep you from messing that up now. So that's our Sigret. Now here's our Furious. Here is our Muwi. Our Muwi, we do have the option. We can upgrade his chest a little bit. Let's just put this to +12 to get a little bit extra. And if we really want to, we can upgrade the boots, but I don't think that's a huge deal because it's a speed main stat boot. It's not going to give us a ton more damage. So I think this team is good to go. So we're going to go in, try it out, and see how this ends up performing. The two things we need to do here are going to be within the Orbis guide. We can go ahead and claim the enhanced equipment 5 times. We're going to worry about these two after we finish this, but use the 40 wisdom gazes. It's going to give you an extra 1,000,000 gold, which is nice. And then lastly, you have to get to rank A on Hall of Trials. We'll worry about that later. But for our hunt challenge, we have to clear Wyvern on hard difficulty 20 times or higher, and we have to clear Wyvern on hard difficulty or higher 10 times without failing. Okay, it's another annoying one, but this team is going to be infinitely better than the last team that we were using. So go in, go to your hunt, and now let's go to Wyvern, and we're going to go to hard mode. Okay, with hard mode, we're going to just set up our team. You can go ahead and go to your second team here, and you can set up a Wyvern team. If you want to rename your team so you can organize yourself, you can buy more teams. Actually, I don't know how to do that in the current state of the game with all the menu changes. I'll go figure that out while this is farming. I'm going to go ahead and set this to Wyvern. You want your Sigret there, you want your Furious wherever. Muwi can be in any slot. The most important is you want to make sure your Angelica is in the front. Now, you want to place whatever the highest level pet is that you have. If you have a pet that has farming abilities that you want to go level up, you can. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. It does have a hunt ability for extra charms. Not bad. So go ahead and travel with this. And then for Archie, or for the Guardian, we'll set Archie. And now we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, see if it beats it. And I'm going to talk about it for a second for this run at least. So getting into Wyvern, the next stage we're going to have Brig, which will replace our Angelica, which is going to give us more bulk, and the same gear is going to go on him. Now with this, there is the chance when you're going through that these first mobs will attack your backline units and you will just fail. Okay, that's just part of it. Your backline units are squishy and it's very RNG. There's not a whole lot you can do about it early game because you need the charms to upgrade your gear, and we're trying to clear through story and we're trying to clear through Wyvern. The reason we're doing Wyvern right now is to unlock Brig, because then our story team, we can just full focus, put all our resources into that batch of characters, and we're going to be good to go from here. We're going to be able to clear most of the game with the current characters we have, which is really nice. But with Wyvern, so it's going to attack you 3 times every time it gets a turn, and it'll attack your front unit first, as long as you don't have a character that's too fast. Now, from here, you need to land 2 debuffs. If you do not land 2 debuffs on this next Wyvern turn, it has the chance of attacking any character on your board. This is where you fail. No matter how much effectiveness you put on, no matter how many debuffs you put on your team, you always have the chance of missing them, getting unlucky, and Wyvern's going to cook one of your back characters and you're going to end up failing. So luckily, this is the middle difficulty. It's not as hard, but the next difficulty isn't that much harder anyway. But as you see, we obliterated it here. So that was very easy. But again, things can go wrong. There's nothing you can do about it. That is one of the frustrating parts about Epic 7 PvE, is the RNG of it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a 10 quick battle with this while I'm still recording, just so you can see how this team performs. I'm just going to rip it and we're going to hope for the best. I'm going to buy with Leafs. And let's see how it goes. I have to beat it 10 times in a row. If this fails, I will just go and let it 15 auto battle in the background. Okay, that is what I suggest you guys do. Using Skystones to buy this quick battle is not efficient. I'm just doing it for the guide. Okay, so there's 5 in a row, 6 in a row. Getting lucky so far, 7 in a row. 8 in a row. All right, one more. Okay, so that mission is done. Okay, that is nice. We are done with that. This team, as you see, is working well. I'm pretty sure this team is already strong enough to beat the highest level of this, but we do need to beat it a few more times in order to finish the challenge. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to spend any more Sky Stones. I'm just going to let this run. Again, I highly suggest just letting it run the full 15 when you're trying to beat this mission. Anything you farm, you're going to be able to use the resources for. You can sell the gear, all that's fine, but you want to make sure this is done, and the other one's just beating it 20 times. That's easy, but I want you guys to go through, do that. If you're having any troubles, again, we have the Discord server. I showed all the character stats. I will show them again at the end of the video if you need it, and can just refer over to that. I might do a little bit more upgrading before then, but we are going to be switching out Brig for our Angelica, so it will not look quite the same, but at least you'll have somewhat of a baseline reference as to what I showed earlier for each of the characters. So good luck. Hopefully this goes smoothly for you. Once we get Brig and finish up a couple more missions, we are done for the day, and I will be coming back with part 3, hopefully faster than this one. This one took me a little bit longer because as I was going, I was trying to plan out stuff, running out of gold, trying to figure out where all the resources we could claim were, but the rest of this should be pretty simple, and tomorrow is just a quick, easy progression going into more of the pet system and things like that. So I will be back shortly. Good luck with your runs. Okay, so once you have finished the Wyvern missions of getting all the 20 stages beaten, hopefully you didn't have too much trouble doing the 10 in a row, but if you did, just make sure your characters are built like mine, and you will end up getting it. Mine beat it. I did another 10 run, and it was just fine. I haven't failed a stage with this yet. So go ahead, claim these 2 rewards, and then you're going to be getting Brig. Okay, Brig is a key core character to beating everything. You will use him for pretty much every single piece of content as your main tank. There are very few exceptions. But Brig is one of the best, if not the best PvE character in the game. Now, you're also going to be getting some elemental bookmarks. You've probably already gotten some in the past, but these are the bookmarks that have the highest chance of getting 5 stars for general bookmarks. So you have your 3 to 5 star tickets. You can go ahead and rip them whenever you want. You have a pretty high chance of getting a 5 star in comparison to any kind of regular summon, but they are only going to be Covenant summons that are on banner. Or Covenant characters. They're not going to be limited characters, not going to be obviously light or dark. It's going to be of the element of the bookmark you get. Yes, there are light and dark element bookmarks, but those are mostly purchasable. Those are not something that you're able to get just generally for... There's some content, there's something called, I believe it's Advent, comes occasionally. You are able to get some from that. It's usually 1 summon of the 3 to 5 star. That is it. So those are rare. Don't expect to get them. But for your blue Okay, I didn't get any luck here. There are 4 to 5 star tickets though that you can only get 4 to 5 stars from, and the rates of those are even better. Okay, so maybe you get some cool 5 stars out of this, maybe you don't. Either way, there's so many free characters in this game. You don't have to worry about getting unlucky on those summons. The game, oh dang it! I thought maybe we got our SETI there, but okay. So now that that is done, we have gotten Brig. Now we're going to have a new batch of missions. So we go back to Journey Succession. It wants us to promote Brig to 6-star, awaken Brig to 3-star, equip 3 pieces of level 15 gear on him, and clear Wyvern the hardest difficulty 10 times in a row without failing. So let's go ahead and get our Brig built up, so that once we have Brig built up, we are good to just push basically everything in the game, get more of our resources from the guide, the Orbis guide, and then we can just upgrade all of our gear on our core story clearing characters. There's one character that we're going to be getting in a couple of days called Tamarin. She is going to be our healer, but for right now, just go ahead, go find your Brig. Then I highly suggest locking him so you don't end up messing up anything, and then we're going to go ahead and level him up. As you see, we do not have many penguins. We're going to have to go buy some more penguins. If you are out of stigma, you're going to have to go and farm one of the catalyst stages in the background. Otherwise, I believe you should have plenty of stigma from the challenges we just did. Also, make sure to go to your reputation. You can claim some extra resources there if you are running low. But let's go ahead and you can click cultivate here, and then if you have that, now we're going to go buy penguins. I'm going to buy 50. And how much more do we have? We still have 29,000. I'm going to go ahead and just grab another batch of 50. Okay, so now that that is done, let's go over to our Brig, level him up. Where is he? There he is. Go ahead and level him up. And now we need to get him to 6-star. So if we go to promotion, we have a potion. Okay, we got a potion from one of our missions. Go ahead and slap it into him. If you do not have the potion because you used it on someone else, you're going to have to farm, trade your stigma in for spirit blooms. Okay, it doesn't matter which spirit bloom you buy. It's all the same. But just go in, farm, buy spirit blooms, get your Brig promoted, and you're good to go. So now we're going to do that. Then we need to level him up some more. I probably have to buy more penguins, unfortunately. We do. So I'm going to have to go buy another batch. Ooh, the game gives you almost enough resources to get everything done smoothly, but there is a lot of back and forth that you have to do. But it's overall, this new system is very, very nice, especially having just the step-by-step progression within that Orbis guide makes a new player experience amazing in comparison to the past. So now let's go ahead and level him up, and then we are going to go to awaken, and we're going to go ahead and use our awakening potion on him. So go ahead, slap that on, and now we are going to go in and we're going to click the gear icon here, and we're going to manage equipment. We want to go and take all of our gear that is on our Angelica and put it over on our Brig. Yes, you do get a free gear set from this, but we do not have the resources to upgrade it. Okay, that gear set that we're about to go grab is really good. I'm fully aware it's very strong, but for right now we have to work with what we can, which is this is all we got. So go ahead, go grab all these pieces. Your Brig is going to have 25,000 HP. That's really good. And our Angelica will just sit in the backline for now. One thing is you can go ahead and put that free speed set that we got of the Goblin gear onto Angelica. It's for a Soul Weaver, so you can go put this on. It gives her at least a little bit of gear and change it, but we're not going to end up using her once we get Tamarin, which will be within the next day or two. Just there's a couple things that are important with that. One of the important things with getting Tamarin is, again, go to your guild, make sure you're requesting aid, okay? Go in here. Anytime you see a penguin, donate a penguin. Make sure you're in a guild, join the Discord for the guild. Super important to do this, okay? Now, we have Brig finished. Pretty much go back to the Orbis guide. We're going to grab this. We needed to awaken 2 characters to 6-star. That was our second potion. We got Brig with that. And then from here, Journey Succession. This gear set is very, very good. Do not lose it. Do not throw it away. Yes, we are going to get the extra resources here. We're going to build more knight characters. We're going to need these anyway. Yes, you could min-max and save that potion for someone else. But trust me, we are going to build more knight characters. Having these catalysts come back is not anything special. So from here, we can go in, take that same team, and fight the hardest difficulty of Wyvern. Okay, this is what I want you to do next. And then from here, while you're doing Wyvern, I want you to push, I believe it was Automaton Tower. But let's go back into our heroes. Let's go to our Brig, and let's see what kind of artifact options we have for him. I don't believe there's anything guaranteed that you get for Brig. Some of the best artifacts you can put on him in terms of 4 stars are going to be Adamant Shield. Isn't great. It's okay. I guess I will show these artifacts as I'm talking about them. So give me 1 second to pull that up. But I want you to go in and place, let's do Knight artifacts. So in terms of 5-star artifacts, there's not a whole lot. If you want to put one on, Noble Oath would be okay. Other than that, Steadfast Gatekeeper and Aureus are the two go-to for him. So one of these two artifacts would be fantastic. Aureus just helps the rest of your team stay alive, whereas Steadfast Gatekeeper helps your Brig stay alive. Outside of that, Noble Oath would be good, and then really any artifact will work. In terms of 3-star artifacts, there's Envoy's Pipe. It's okay, but I'm just going to go in and just throw a random artifact on him, and it will work just to get through the next mission. So I have Adamant Shield. I could use that. Envoy's Pipe, when attack decreases damage suffered by 5%. Let's use a 3-star artifact for this. So I'm going to go ahead and enhance this. I'm going to put the extra one into it. And then from here, I will just boost it up to +7 will probably be fine. I don't want to use too many artifact charms because you don't get a lot. I'll put it at +9. Every 3 levels, you get an extra stat boost, so +9 will be fine. Okay, so now we have our pretty much core Wyvern team. I don't believe we have any charms left. We can upgrade anything, but we're going to go ahead out and test and see how this ends up performing. So go ahead, set your hunt team to Hell, which is the hardest difficulty, and go ahead and manage your team, set Brig in. And one thing I should have mentioned earlier is make sure your pet in setting has recharge to leaf, because if you do not have this set, your run is going to end when you don't have enough stamina. Okay, that's bad because it prevents you from getting your 10 clears in a row. So make sure that's set to recharge with leaves, whatever pet you're using. And now we have to beat it one time, just general clearing. Okay, so I'm going to come back once this is done because the video is already super long, but I already explained Wyvern. This difficulty is the exact same as the last one. This one just deals more damage. So that's all you need to know. All the stats need to be the same as what we talked about in the last one. I will go through, as long as it beats it, show all the stats for all the characters, and then show you the last little thing. We're going to wrap up this episode of the guide. Okay, so that cleared it just fine. It had no issues. I beat it before the Wyvern went into shield phase. So now with this, any blue gear you get T85 from this stage, you can extract. We usually try to extract all blue 85 gear. Okay, so going in here, all the T70 gear, we're just going to go ahead and sell. We're never going to look at the stats or care anything about it. That's all terrible. So you can go ahead and sell the T70 gear that comes for this. Now, the T85 gear, anything blue, you can go ahead and extract. Now, the purples, we will end up extracting. If you want to go ahead, I have the gear guide up from before. Everything's the same. Usually, I will extract anything that doesn't have proper stats. Well, you always do, but usually I'm looking for speed on pieces. If a piece has speed or looks like it is rolled good as in terms of like high rolls, so you need to go watch the gear guide. Okay, I will go in and do one during this guide series, but I can't cover that in today's video. It's already long enough. So I'm going to keep this piece. It's actually really well rolled, but otherwise any purple gear, if you want to hold on to it for now, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and extract these though. I'm going to always be extracting T85 gear at the beginning of the game. Eventually I will end up selling it to get some gold back, but getting your extraction materials early, you're going to be trading those in for charms, and as you know, we are struggling with charms. But now that this is done, I'm going to go ahead and run this on 15 battles in the background. I know it's going to clear it most of the time. The thing is, you are occasionally going to get unlucky. Okay, that's just part of it. But let me go ahead. I'm going to show the Wyvern gear, and I'm going to go finish up the other mission that we were talking about. Did not mean to click episode, but that is going to be the end of this episode. So real quick, the characters for the Wyvern team. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click each icon here. So you can see the only stats that matter with this on your characters are going to be your crit damage for Sigret, okay? And then otherwise attack, your speed does not matter on any of these characters except your Furious. You want to be preferably the fastest on your team. Mine didn't end up that way because my Muwi's gear rolled extra quick, but otherwise Sigret 32 effectiveness is fine. So if you have to pause the video, go ahead for any of these. Next up, Brig. Okay, so Brig's equipment, we're all going to be basically the same. You don't care about any stat on Brig except his HP and defense. Nothing else matters. The higher HP and defense you have, the longer he will survive while tanking hits from Wyvern. He's just a Wyvern front tank. But this will be our main tank for the rest of the game for almost every type of content. Now, the next character is going to be Furious. So Furious, again, you want him to preferably be the fastest on your team. Oh, he is faster. Maybe my cycling was just messed up earlier because I have speed set. But Furious, you're going to have just the free speed gear it gives. You can see the stats here. And 195. And your goal with Furious, nothing else on him matters besides the effectiveness. Having a little bit of bulk is nice, but overall the damage of Furious is so minimal it doesn't really matter. You're on Song of Stars, he's just there to apply debuffs. Again, you want to make sure you have 2 debuffs on Wyvern at all times to the best of your ability. That's when you fail Wyvern, is when you fail to land the debuffs, which again, there's always the RNG chance that you do not land them. So do not get mad. Try not to get mad. You're going to get mad. It's very frustrating, especially they make you beat it 10 times in a row and they add an RNG aspect to it. It's really dumb, but you will end up beating it just fine as long as your characters look similar. And as you see, the gear isn't even that upgraded. So on Muwi, the only thing that's matter is try to get 65 effectiveness. Again, we switched some of the pieces over to our Sigret to give her more effectiveness and lower Muwi's and give him more damage was the overall goal. But we are just on the basic gear. Let me click this so you can see. And that's it. So we are putting crit damage necklace on our Muwi instead of our Furious. And then we have the attack percent ring. Other than that, it's all this gear is given to you for free. Again, the Brig right side gear, the necklace, and the ring we bought from the arena shop. If you were following the first episode of the guide, you have to go to the shop to buy that. But these two pieces are the first two buys from that shop. Okay, that is the full team. Now the next mission that we want to get into is going to be the Path of Air. We need to complete Automaton Tower floor 15. We can do this while Wyvern is farming in the background, which is super nice. Just go in, set your team, switch your Angelica out now for your Brig. And if you want to, well, and just put your Sigret in, and then from here, you're fine. You just clear with this. You're not going to take that much damage. Your T area is honestly going to one-shot almost everything that comes out. So as you see, it's all dead, okay? It's going to be very easy. Just go clear this. I'll meet you back here once your Wyvern's done and once this is done. Okay, so now that you're done clearing that, you can take your time in terms of the beating it 10 times in a row. Just keep running it. It'll eventually clear it all. You are going to get all the rest of these resources. In terms of these crafting materials, we're not going to bother touching them yet because we don't have any charms to upgrade our gear with right now. Okay, the game gives you plenty of free gear. You do not need to worry about crafting early on. And then also, I wanted you to finish stage 15 of the Automaton Tower. Go ahead and grab that. And now you are good to go for the next episode of the guide. Okay, that's all we're clearing. I'm going to wrap up this video on our summons, see what we get. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to deep dive into a couple of things we kind of had to skip out on today because I didn't want this video to be 3 hours long. So we're going to go in. We're just going to be clearing this. If you want to try to work ahead on some of these, feel free to. Your core team is going to be your Brig as well, or the team I showed you for Automaton. That's your core team. Nothing has changed with their gear. And if you want to switch your Sigret's gear, if you want to move around gear at all once you finish this Wyvern portion, you can. I probably will, which I will cover that tomorrow. But if we want a quick thing, I will probably end up putting Sigret's gear over on my Spectre Tenebria, and Free Spirit Tieria, I'll probably maybe switch a piece from Muwi over or something. So I'll make both of them a little bit stronger because I won't be touching Wyvern once that's done for a little bit. And once we get to a point where we want to farm Wyvern and we have more upgrades to where we can get all our characters set, we'll be good. But I will end up switching some of this gear over, and I will show that tomorrow at the start of the guide. So other things you can work on along the way are going to be, again, go into your side story. You can do your Book of Memories, go and buy the Unrecorded History. You can clear through this. Your other side stories that are available, feel free to go clear through those, and the general side story, go do these two. And then other than that, that's the main things. If you want to farm Wyvern, one of the other things that would be super beneficial to your account while you're waiting for me is just go into one of the episodes and farm for some catalysts. Okay, just set this to auto battle in the background. This will give you a bunch of stigma, a bunch of all the resources needed to boost up your characters, and charms to upgrade your gear. So this is one of the highest things, priority things you can do while waiting for me for the next episode. Otherwise, let's go ahead and rip some summons and wrap up this video. So what do we get? We have one Mystic Summon. Go ahead and rip that real quick. And we got nothing. Sick. Unfortunate. Okay, it's new at least. And then next up, we are going to have our gold transmit stones. Again, gold transmit stones you will trade in for galaxy bookmarks, always. All right, as a new player, always buy galaxy bookmarks. ML5s are way better to get than anything else within the game. So just go ahead in here. And then I also got the 10 free summons from beating that stage, that last part 15 or 16 of the Orbis guide. I'm going to go ahead and rip these 10, see if we get anything. Ooh, nope. So no luck. So any of you guys that are getting ML5s or anything crazy, congrats. Otherwise, if you're getting nothing like me, don't feel bad. And then lastly, we have our 3 4 to 5 star summons. So guarantee this at least a 4-star every time. And just so you know, that looked like a 3-star, but it will fake out to either 4. It's a 4-star. If it's a 5-star, we'll have the little character come up from the bottom right of the screen. This one, another 4-star. So we're getting super unlucky. That's funny. Another Furious. So I can show one last thing before we go. No 5-stars at all. Dang. Another Angelica. Yep, another Angelica. So we got some duplicates of characters. One thing I'm going to show off just super fast and we'll wrap up the video is you can go to your characters and then you can find whichever character you have duplicates of. And this is going to be for 3 and 4 stars. For 5 stars, you're likely going to want to hold on to those just in case you pull the Moonlight version. A Moonlight version can take imprints from the regular version of them. But for 3 and 4 stars, you don't worry about it too much because you're going to be summoning so much. But either way, go into the character, go into memory imprint, and then it'll teach you a little bit about it. But you can go ahead, click Muwi, and it's going to give you additional stats for your team at first. But you do have the option to click this, and there's the currency you can get. We'll go over later, but it will give them more effect or whatever the stat is to themselves. So it has a self imprint and an AoE imprint. So this AoE imprint, any imprint's nice to get, especially on 3 and 4 stars. Early game, it's going to just make your teams better. So this is going to make all of my characters in Wyvern now have more attack. That's solid. Now, again, we also got Furious. As you see with Furious, his skills are going to be a bit different. He gives them a team crit chance. So that means you just have to build less crit chance on your entire team, or his self-imprint is attack. That's useless. So some characters have absolutely terrible self-imprints, and you will learn which is best as you continue playing. But that is going to wrap up part 2 of the guide. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in part 3 as fast as I can get it up. But thanks for watching. Again, if you're new, sub. That helps out a lot. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Peace out.